Welcome back to my channel. My name is Comfort, and this is a channel where we educate ourselves on how to be ideal women and how we can be appealing women. We talk about things that can help women to forge ahead, women to move on, and women to become better women that can leave impact on other people. So what are we discussing today, ladies? We have been talking about being assertive and why we need to lean more on this communicating skill. The last time we sat here, we discussed the 3 communication skills and how they impact our lives. We looked at being assertive, we also looked at being aggressive, and we also looked at being passive and how these 3 can be used in a manner that they can impact our lives in a positive way. So as we continued talking, we could actually see that everything was leaning into how to be assertive, and being assertive should be our ultimate goal, because we saw from our previous video that, look, in as much as we would want other people to listen and hear our emotions, we should be able to listen and hear and understand other people's emotions. So today we want to look at some of the tips that can help you to be more assertive and not aggressive or passive. So what is tip number 1? Tip number 1 is something very easy, and it's easy, but it's a little bit complex. A lot of us, we find it very difficult to do. Especially women, we find it very difficult to say no. So our first tip is start learning to say no when necessary. Don't just say yes to everything. If you want to be someone who is assertive, learn to say no. When you don't want to do something, don't just let people make you do things you don't want. When you start learning to say no, you get to let people understand the fact that, okay, you know what, there are certain things that she can really appreciate, and there are certain things she's comfortable with. So learn to say no when necessary. Say no, sorry, I will not be able to do that. Saying no is going to give you, you practice from a lower level to a higher level. So you start with very, very little things, learn to say no, I'm sorry, I'll not be able to do that. And sometimes, I want to emphasize this because sometimes as women, we want to say no and give an explanation. It's not all the time that you're going to have to say no and give an explanation. Sometimes just say no, I am not able to, and move on. Second tip. The second tip is use your I. Like when you're expressing yourself, learn to use the word I instead of saying, because we sometimes tend to say, I feel you are not hearing me, you are not understanding me, you don't seem to understand what I'm saying. Instead of using you learn to express yourselves with the word I feel unheard, I feel ununderstood. So be able to express yourself using the word I. That puts you in a place where people will be able to realize and say, you know what, she's trying to express something across. So use the word I. And another thing is, if you want to be an effective communicator, or you want to lean more on being assertive, an assertive communicator, learn to maintain eye contact when you're talking to people. Maintain eye contact. Let people see your eye contact, because that gives them an opportunity to understand, because maintaining your eye contact is a gesture that will help people to get to see exactly how you're feeling and what you're trying to put across. So that's tip number 3. Maintain eye contact. And tip number 4 is remain calm. When you're about to start expressing yourself, an aggressive person will go in full frontal, and all they want is express themselves and talk, and that they don't care what they are saying. All they just want to do is to express themselves. But if you want to lean into an assertive person, remain calm when you're about to start expressing yourself. Remain calm and let yourself be calm. And it's very important to remain calm in a situation especially where there are conflicts, because remember, an assertive person, the goal is to have a win-win situation. You want to come up with a solution that's going to help you and the next person. That's your main goal. Your main goal is to come up with your a win-win situation. If it's a conflict, you want to calm it down, but you want people to respect your emotions, and you want to respect other people's emotions. So if you're an assertive person, be calm while you're about to start expressing yourself. Be composed. Let people listen to your calm. And with women, I know that women are capable of working with their voices. A woman can change their voices, and that's why, if you've noticed, children can tell that, oh, my mom is upset, just from the tone of your voice. So your tone of your voice can say a lot about you. It can actually show people if you're aggressive or you are assertive. So when you are in a situation where you have to communicate and you want to lean more on the assertive person, be calm and composed, because that is going to give you an opportunity to express your thoughts effectively and to let people know how you honestly feel. So that's another tip that you can use if you want to lean into being assertive as a woman. Let's go to the next tip. One thing about aggressive people always want to be heard. They don't know how to compromise. They always just want other people to kind of listen to them and respect their opinion. They don't care about how other people are feeling. That's an aggressive person. But if you're leaning into an assertive communicator as a woman, you have to learn this tip, the tip of compromising. Learn to compromise. It's not every battle that you have to win. It's not every battle that you have to come out victorious. Certain things you are really going to have to compromise and just say, okay, it's fine. Can we do it another person's way? And you let other people be able to lead, let other people make decisions, and let other people's emotions taken up. So, ladies, we've looked at some of the tips that can help you to be more assertive, because we have noticed that these 3 communication skills, one of them is actually emerging victorious, and that is being assertive. And as a woman, you really want to be assertive, because you don't want to be a type that only wants to be heard, that wants to just put points across. When you're growing up into an ideal and an appealing woman, you want to also let other people express themselves. So we've looked at all these tips, and in conclusion, we are saying, look, it's not easy to actually develop these communication skills, but they are worth trying, especially the skill of being assertive. We've seen the benefits that comes with it. When you're an assertive person, you know exactly what you want, you know exactly who you are, you know exactly what you stand for, you know exactly your values. But you don't ignore that other people also know who they are. They know their values. They know what they want. They know what they stand for. So in as much as you know who you are, other people also know who they are. So you respect other people's emotions and feelings, and that helps you to build lasting relationships. You get to find people that have been friends for a very, very long time. They have had, friends that they look back to 10 years, 2 decades, 3 decades. It's because they have learned to actually respect other people's relationships. So we've seen the benefits that comes with being assertive. So if you're struggling with being assertive, don't make it feel like, okay, no, for me, I can only be aggressive. That's for men. By the way, I forgot to say that. Being aggressive is for men. Women, we should endeavor to actually be assertive. So these are some of the qualities that we can try and develop, and they will help us build beautiful relationships, lasting relationships. And also we get to learn to resolve conflicts in a calm and composed manner. So this is what I thought we could discuss, and we have finished the topic that we're discussing about being assertive and how we can juggle around being assertive, aggressive, and passive, and why we should lean more as women into being assertive, because we know exactly the benefits that come with being assertive. This is what I thought we should share. Remember to subscribe. Remember to hit the notification bell so you are notified every time we post. Love you, ladies. We'll see you in the next video. It's bye for now.